a cold day in the Sierra Nevada desert with a blue filter over it.
They went back to South Africa. Yeah, that's the thing. So it's pitched as Tremors in the Snow.
Right, this is what I'm talking about.
But we only get one shot of that. One scene of Tremors in the Snow, and it's not snow, it's sand and color corrected, which you could tell. And it's fucking tell.
I don't know. But they make fucking cringe.
They have to make like a plot point too, where they're like, yeah, I thought it'd be snowier, and they're like, global warming, am I right? I do like the intro for it though, where Jodie from 3 and the series, she apparently became a lawyer in Reno and just left him the store that he's taking care of. But now the tax men are coming after him. And fucking Bert doesn't like the government.
You don't say.
So Travis shows up again. He's like, hey, they have tremors in, graboids in the Arctic. Yeah, and the person talking to him turns out to be Kevin Bacon's daughter. She's Valerie McCree, I think. McKee?
I don't care.
I gotta be honest.
I don't care.
The details start to be lost on me by this point in the series. I'm just like, daughter, who, what? With this 6th movie?
You did it already.
Yeah.
You did it already in 3.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why does she give a shit?
I don't know. So there's some connection to the first one.
Because her friends got killed or something.
Yeah.
And what she hires, when she like gets Bert in there to like take care of the fucking graboid problem.
Yes.
Well, they couldn't get Fred Ward or they couldn't get Kevin Bacon on the line. They're making their money at the amusement
I love
park.
how Kevin Bacon's like, fuck my daughter. I'm not going to save anybody.
Yeah.
Call Bert.
Now,
I'm too busy counting my money.
Now, after we said all that stuff about how cool the African variant is,
yeah,
we get to the Arctic one, and it's just the ones from the previous movies color swapped.
Yeah, literally. Exactly the same.
Because I was telling him, I'm like, wait, so they're in like North America. The Ass Blaster should look like the one from 3.
Yeah.
Maybe a little different.
Right.
It's like Chaos and Blizzard from Primal Rage, right?
Yeah.
Just
A little bit, yeah.
So that kind of bothered me. I'm like, oh, okay. But there's still some fun action in here.
No,
there's like a tragic subplot where you find out when Bert was eaten in part 3, he somehow got a parasite that lay dormant in him.
For 20 years or 50, whatever many years in between films.
And it's finally starting to take over, and it's like messing with his head. I love when he's like telling...
He's like Lost Plagas.
I love when he tells the guy, like, do everything I do, but then he starts having a meltdown. The guy's like imitating it.
Well, right, and they introduced this idea, because like, I guess they always do talk about this throughout the series, that the Shriekers, when they shriek, it kind of can be it can knock you on your ass, basically.
Oh, wait, no, that's the next one. Are you talking about
okay.
That's the next one.
See,
We're still in the cold one.
Well, the reason they shriek in 2 is to release body heat so they can see each other.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll hold that thought. Don't let me forget. But that when we get to that, I'm like, what?
So the movie has like a ticking clock thing. They have to stop the graboids, but they also need to keep one alive to get the antibodies for Bert.
Right. And every time they're asked to keep one alive throughout this whole series, Bert's like, are you crazy? Guess one of these things alive?
A live one?
Yeah. And meanwhile, there's a, what is it, DARPA? The organization that
I think so.
Yeah, they like the ones trained like dolphins, how to look for landmines and stuff like that. They're doing some experiments there, and they think they're initially responsible, and I think they are. But
which is kind of a neat idea, but like it's, I don't know.
So Bert has to save all of them, and actually, this is actually Jamie Kennedy's time time because then Bert's
Bert gets hurt.
Yeah, Bert gets hurt, and he's dying for most of it. He does help in one area.
Yeah.
But no, I like how they capture the one in the big like steel crate. We get a practical effect,
which is nice.
A really good one because they have it like, I guess because it wasn't moving too much, so they were able to do it. It's like caught in the cage.
Yeah.
And he actually crawls into its mouth.
That was disgusting.
And you're right. Definitely a step down from the last one. But
it's unfortunate because they were like, oh, this one did well. Let's go, baby. Let's go to this next one. You think they pumped
just a little bit more money into it?
A little bit more money and a little bit more time. Spread it out.
Go with
a little
the
bit
snow
more.
thing.
Yeah, and like go full bore on it though.
Yeah.
If we had that, even if it was like 1 or 2 more kills, I get maybe it wasn't working from like a production standpoint, but like you literally tease it in the opening, and then you just have like, oh, we're just in like a desert field with some fucking trees for the rest of the movie.
We're in a forest near the thing. At
least it feels more like Resident Evil than it does Jurassic Park because the next one is very.
But I was gonna say it also feels like a Halloween Kill situation to some extent because Bert's in the hospital for most of the movie and he's like your character.
Well,
like Jamie Kennedy's fine.
Again, to Tony's point though, he was supposed to hand off the series, so this theoretically could have been Bert's last movie.
Right.
Yes. But no, I think there's still some good stuff in here. I love when they're all in the garage just banging stuff.
Yeah.
There is a lot of slow motion in these three.
Ooh,
because I guess the movies were
Pad
too
it out,
short
baby.
and they had to pad it out.
especially like some of these like explosions towards the end. It's like they're running away from the fire at like 2 frames per second.
It's one of those
alright.
like they spent a lot of money on the explosion. They wanted as much coverage as
Sure.
possible.
I mean, I get it.
I
you
get
know?
it too. I get it too. But yeah, I think it's okay. It's
I think it's
After-
so
fine.
far the worst one so far.
After seeing 5, I was like super let down again. It was like doing that thing where I was like, oh, 3, oh, 4? And then it was the thing where I was like, oh, 5 was good. And then I was like, oh, 6.
I guess because I watched them like in a row,
Yeah.
I'm not really getting the disappointment
Yeah.
on the same level you did. I was just like, oh, okay,
I had such a good time with 5,
Yeah.
and again, they did the old switcheroo with me for.
I do like when Bert
6.
finally comes back at the end and he's
Yeah.
like naked. That's funny.
That was funny. And he comes out with the gun or the rifle or whatever.
He
Yeah.
like put his fucking hat on. That's all he's got on.
Oh, he
Oh,
gets
he's got
a new
a different
hat.
hat now, yeah.
It's
They-
no longer the Hawks, it's
Yeah.
the Cubs, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're
They
like,
make
"Did
such
you change-"
a big deal out of
He's
that.
like, did you change teams? He's like, no, just hats.
I mean, that's a little bit meta humor there, to be fair. I kind of appreciated that.
Yeah, it was okay. And, they save Bert. He's alive.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go on to Tremors Shrieker Island.